Hi there, this is Dustin, and welcome to the Wrestling Time Pro Show. It is Wednesday, March 27th, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about AEW Dynamite. Alright, let's kick things off talking about Konosuke Takeshita versus Swerve Strickland. This was tonight's main event, and the winner was going to face Samoa Joe at AEW Dynasty. Now, they both made some valid points on their road to facing a Samoa Joe. Like, that three-way at Revolution, where Strickland was not the one who was pinned. It was Hangman Adam Page. Konosuke Takeshita has been undefeated so far in AEW. So they both had valid points. This was a great match. I mean, the very end was insane. Like, there were so many times where I'm like, oh my god, like, is Swerve Strickland's going to lose this? That Swerve stomp to Takeshita on the ring apron was just insane. And Swerve Strickland won this. Now, Samoa Joe was watching backstage, and at the end, he was interviewed, and basically, we find out that next week we're going to get a contract signing because he said that next week when Swerve Strickland sends him that dotted line, he will make sure Swerve Strickland understands what he's asking for. So I was a little surprised by the fact that they are going to have Swerve Strickland face Samoa Joe so early at Dynasty. I kind of thought that maybe it would be a roadblock. I thought maybe Konosuke Takeshita would face Samoa Joe, and then maybe like at AEW Double or Nothing or at All Out, you'd have Swerve Strickland face Samoa Joe for that title, because the only way I can see here is that Joe wins, and then somewhere down the road, Swerve Strickland faces him again. Like, I mean, during this match, it kind of looked like he got injured, technically. But we have to wait and see. Maybe that'll play a factor in his match against Samoa Joe. But this was a really great main event and a really great way to close out Dynamite. I really enjoyed this main event. It was really great. All right. Let me see. I think Joe's retaining. Yeah, I think so too. I don't see him losing so quickly, and I don't see Swerve Strickland winning the title as quick. So I can see him winning too. Like I said, during that match, it looked like he got injured, and that might play a factor into things. So I do think Joe's retaining. So tonight's Dynamite kicked off with Will Ospreay versus Katsuyori Shibata. Now, this is not the first time they faced off. The last time they faced off was in 2017, and Shibata won that match. This was a great way to open tonight's Dynamite. I kind of thought this was going to be the main event. This could have been the main event. This was a really great match. I really liked all the back and forth in this match. I mean, they both were taking it to each other. That stomp to the back of the head, and then the ox cutter, that was great. The Tiger Driver 97, and then the hidden blade. Like, oh my god, that was amazing. Will Ospreay was victorious, and so now each man has a victory over one another, and there's a potential for a rubber match down the road. I do think that we might get a rubber match. At the end, they both hug each other, and they lift each other's arms. So this is a really great match. I enjoyed it. And then, they showed a Bryan Danielson great match. It felt like a pay-per-view match, right? It did feel like a pay-per-view match. They showed a Bryan Danielson video package, because Will Ospreay's gonna face Bryan Danielson at AEW Dynasty. I thought that was a really cool video package. I did notice they omitted his WWE run from that video package, which is no surprise, So I cannot wait for Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. Oh, I'm gonna have to catch the replay on that. I'm not gonna watch that pay-per-view live, but it's great. Let me know what you guys thought of this match in the opening, in the comment section in the live chat. We get an interview with the Young Bucks, and I really like the fact that Nicholas Jackson kind of went off on poor Renee, because they're always being interviewed by Alex Marvez. Like, he was like, "Where's Alex Marvez? Who are you?" And he was just being over the top. They talk about their objectives, which the first one was to retire Singh's old ass, according to Matt Jackson. Oh, hey, Front Row Joe. Let me see. Enjoy Danielson full time while it lasts. Yeah, we definitely do have to enjoy it. Their second objective was to revamp the Elite, which they did. And now their goal is to get the world titles back. You know, and Renee Paquette brought up the fact that Private Party beat the Young Bucks in their first match together, which took place on October 19th, 2019. Brian, I think, will be working part-time after his match with Ospreay. I think so, too. And Matt Jackson says that upset ruined his life for an entire year. And they're just being, these EVPs with Renee. They tell her to smile more. So they're really turning up this heel persona of theirs. I think they're doing really a great job with it. I know some people don't like the Bucks, but I think they're doing a great job. This leads into the AEW World Tag Team Championship Tournament quarterfinal matches, the Young Bucks versus Private Party. This is a great match. Nicholas Jackson botched the EVP trigger that they did to Mark Quinn. He slipped. It's the best version of the Bucks. I agree. It's been their best version. I noticed Nick slipped after the EVP trigger and I laughed, right? I think I laughed too. He slipped, but they still did it. And of course, the Young Bucks won this. And then they post-match assault on Private Party. So, like, they let Okada, win the Continental title match alone. So Okada didn't come out with them during this. He was backstage. And the one spot I liked on this was when they did the Falcon Arrow off the barricade to Mark Quinn by Nicholas. So I thought this was a good match. I feel like this match is a little predictable, especially with Okada being Continental Champion. I kind of feel like it's a given that the Young Bucks are going to win this tag team title tournament and the Elite's going to hold the gold. Let's see. We get a Chris Jericho and Hook segment, and basically seems like they're going to become a tag team. They're going to be Line Hook. Like, Jericho says that he can give Hook advice. Like, that was what he was talking about when he said he had a proposition for Hook, and the proposition is to give him advice. Hook agrees to take that advice, so now they will definitely have all the gold. Yeah, they definitely will. So now they're Lion Hook. Like, Chris Jericho has changed tag team partners more than Square Dancer switched partners. He went with teaming with Kenny Omega and the Golden Jets to Sammy Guevara and reuniting the Sex Gods. And now he's with Hook and their Lion Hook. I mean, Hook himself has had multiple tag team partners. He's got Danhausen and they were Hookhausen. Was Jungle Boy and they were Jungle Hook. And now they're Lion Hook. Oh, hey, JJ. Let me see. Once again, Jericho forms a tag team. Jericho's a tag team guy. Yeah, it seems like he's lately been a tag team guy. I mean, I was really enjoying his Lionheart, his Corazon de Leon gimmick where he was facing luchadores. So I didn't mind that. But now he's just being in tag teams. I guess this is his way of trying to help put people over and put talent over. So let's see where Lion Hook goes and how long they last. This is keep dreaming. So we'll see. We get a 4-way match. Anna Jay versus Willow Nightingale versus Kris Statlander versus Skye Blue with Mercedes Moné on commentary. Well, the winner gets a TBS title match at Dynasty. Not only is Jericho the man of 1,004 holds, he's a man of 1,004 tag partners. Jericho is now the new Big Show, putting over talent lesser than you. Jericho doesn't need to be in the spotlight anymore. Use him to help get talent over. I think that's probably what they're doing. That's why he's getting paired up with so many people. So I'm really surprised they didn't put this match like second to last. Normally they put the women's matches second to last. That wasn't the case with this. I thought this was a pretty decent match. But I have to say, and I'm calling this now, Willow Nightingale winning was not a surprise to me. Mercedes Moné was on commentary, and they keep bringing up the fact that she's got unfinished business with Willow Nightingale here. So I'm thinking Willow Nightingale is going to beat Julia Hart for that TBS title. She's probably going to have that title maybe a month, and she'll probably end up dropping it to Mercedes Moné probably at Double or Nothing. Either that, or based on what the end would happen here, because like at the end, like Julia Hart attacked Willow with the title, and she kept looking at Mercedes. So if Willow doesn't beat Julia Hart, then maybe Julia Hart will face Mercedes at Double or Nothing for that TBS title. Dang, the women killed it. Like they had something to prove. Yeah, I'm really happy they killed it. This was a great match. We need to spotlight the women more. It's like one match is not enough. So now I do have if I had one issue with this is what happened to the rankings? Because Tony Khan posted the rankings at the end of tonight's Dynamite, and the only person in this match that was on the rankings was Willow Nightingale. Thunder Rosa wasn't in this match. Diana Peraza wasn't in this match. Why not throw Serena Deeb in there? Even Mariah May wasn't in this match. So are like the rankings like non-existent now? Like why was this match necessary if we have a ranking system again? I'm just saying like rankings don't matter. That's true. I see Willow beat Sheila, then we get a Mercedes feud. I think that's what they're going with, honestly, here. Because, like I said, they keep bringing up she's got unfinished business. For those of you who don't know, I mean, they said it on Dynamite, but if you don't know, Mercedes Moné injured her ankle in her match with Willow Nightingale for that New Japan Strong Women's title. That's what she's referring to. Willow's going to win the title, then drop it to Mercedes. Yeah, I think that's pretty much a gimmick. The rankings don't apply to TBS, TNT, International, Continental. It's just a world belt. Oh, really? Okay. That would explain why Adam Copeland's still doing the Cope Open for the TNT title. And get only count on paper. Let's see. Yeah. So, then we get like a video package on Swerve Strickland. I'm digging these video packages. They need to do a little bit more of them. I think that from people complaining about the lack of video packages, I think they're starting to get a little bit better with these video packages. And you had Don Callis hyping up Konosuke Takeshita. But at the same time, it's like, okay, great, you gave established talent a video package, but it wouldn't hurt to do that to talent that people don't know, So I'm digging these video packages. And then you got Tony Storm doing like a commercial with Ben Makowitz. I'm not sure if that's it. I pronounced his name correctly. The host of the Turner Classic Movie Channels. She was trying to get him to like do her little catchphrase, which I thought was hilarious. She's just killing this timeless character. So we get a Dustin Rhodes interview, and basically he said that so far up until this point, all his matches have been banger, in the 5 years that he's been there. And Butcher interrupts, and I really like the fact that like he was going, what was that smell? And he said that his mustache has its own musk. And like Dustin kind of like backs away from him, which I thought was hilarious. So basically the whole point of this is that the Butcher challenges Dustin to a match on Friday at Rampage. And that Dustin tells Butcher that he's going to find out why he's a natural born legend because everybody loves him, including Canada. Best segment on this show, much better than Massey Brothers botching their finisher. What was the best segment on the show? This? We get the AEW World Tag Team Championship Tournament quarterfinal matches, Best Friends versus The Kingdom. Kind of thought for a second the Kingdom was Tony Storm. Oh, okay. Kind of thought for a second the Kingdom was going to win this, but happy Best Friends won. Now, I have to say, where was Willow out there? Because didn't Adam Cole, baby, tell him last week that he needed to ensure that the Kingdom and Roderick Strong keep their titles? Shouldn't he have been out there? to ensure the Kingdom progress in this tournament. But I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because, like, I still think the Bucks are winning this tournament. So it didn't matter who was going to win between the Best Friends and the Kingdom. I think the Bucks would have won either way. But I think it would have been an interesting dynamic to have the Bucks versus the Kingdom here. That was fun with Tony Storm and Ben Mankiewicz. Since I like some of the Turner Classic movies, and Ben is a good host at introducing movies. I don't watch Turner movie classics, but hey, he does look like a fun host. I said the same thing. Where was Willow? Wouldn't be surprised if Volsi and Trent face the Kingdom again for the ROH belts. Honestly, that could happen, especially since they pinned him here. Maybe at a Super Card of Honor. We're still a couple weeks away. We're still like a week away. So actually, maybe not a Super Card of Honor, but eventually. That match wasn't for the Undisputed Kingdom title, so he wasn't there. True, but I still thought that, like, maybe he'd be out there to help him progress in the tournament. But I guess, hey, it wasn't for the tag title, so. All right. And then we got, like, a Kyle O'Reilly interview. He's basically talking about how he's still going to continue doing it on his own because, last week he had a match with Brian Keith on Collision and he won. So he's going to do it again on his own. So far, Kyle seems to be doing well on his own. Like, he even talked about that here, too. So, curious to see where this gimmick with Kyle O'Reilly goes. Like, is he eventually going to join the Undisputed Kingdom? He says doesn't actually say that he isn't, but he just wants to do things on his own. But we'll see how long that goes. So, I'm going to stop right there because we talked about the main event. Overall, I thought this was pretty decent Dynamite. I really like the opening match. I like the women's match. I just feel like some of these matches were a little predictable. But the opening, the ending match were great. Best Friends versus the Kingdom was okay. So on a scale from a 1, let me see, you give it a 6 mid-show. But a scale from a 1 to a Shawn Spears perfect 10, I'd give this a 7. That was a pretty decent show, minus a couple of things. So that is it for that Dynamite review. You give it a 4 out of 10? Shit, okay. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. You agree to disagree here. All right. Well, with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I live or release a new video. As far as tomorrow is concerned, you guys know I'm going to be covering TNA tomorrow on Body Slam, so make sure you guys check that out. I won't be reviewing Friday Night SmackDown as I will be in the city of Anaheim covering WonderCon for A+ Hero Report, so make sure you guys check out all the cool panels I'm going to be recording. And as far as WrestleMania week is concerned, there's a lot of stuff I have going on. I'll be doing 7 simulcasts, I think that's what they're called, simulcasts with A+ Hero Report. We'll be doing Raw Go Home Show to Mania, SmackDown Go Home Show to Mania, NXT Stand and Deliver, both nights of WrestleMania, Raw after Mania, SmackDown after Mania. And NXT will be exclusively on A+ Hero Report. Josh is going to be taking the mantle as host, so I'll be helping him to co-host NXT Go Home Show to Stand and Deliver and the NXT After Stand and Deliver only on A+ Hero Report. So with that being said, you guys, if I don't see you guys tomorrow over on Body Slam for TNA, I definitely will see you guys Monday after Raw. Have a great night. Bye.